So, if you're wondering about the print quality you get from Lulu, I've got my little collection of Lulu stuff here, and we'll start with diaspora, which I'll show you. Obviously, it's a hardback compared to my hand. Inside, crisp white printing. Even the obviously you can see there's some line drawings here, but there we go. I don't know if you'll make that out on camera, but this is very detailed, graphic, and it comes out perfectly. The print quality is excellent. Different tones and grades of colour, and obviously printing right up to the edge of the page if you want it. Monster of the Week, another RPG. This one obviously a softback, but perfect bound. Different dimensions to diaspora. But again, crisp white printing. No issues at all with any of this. Very clear, no smudgy text anywhere. Top-notch quality print job. There's hollow point, which again is slightly bigger. I think it matches the paper size in the diaspora book. This is actually smaller still, thinner, that is, less pages, and it's printed on slightly. Actually, let's see if I can get a decent comparison. I think that's what they call cream paper. It's printed on a coloured paper. It's not a cheaper paper, it's just a coloured one, as opposed to white. And again, here you can see how the printing, the background imagery, if you like, comes right down to the edge of the page. So you're able to print effectively off the edge of the page if you want. And again, the only smudgy printing in here is where they intended it to be smudgy. Everything else crisp, clean, perfect. Just what they wanted, what they were trying to do. And obviously full colour cover. Now this is one of my own books. Again, it's fairly thin, paperback, full colour cover, front and rear, black and white interior, but obviously it's landscape layout, this one. And again, I've used big writing here, but crisp, clean, no issues with the print quality there at all. This was the first book that I set up at Lulu and printed out for myself, and you can see there's problems with the cover here. Like the text goes right up to the edges. That's my fault. It wasn't Lulu's. That was how I set the page up, how I set the book up to print. And it's full colour cover again. Inside is the cream paper, but everything is perfect. Just what you'd expect, you know, if you'd sent it to a printer. Crisp, clean, easy to read, and laid out just as it was in the PDF that I sent to them to print. Here's another one I wrote with a friend, a co-worker. Slightly thicker, more pages, and obviously I didn't do the cover. Now this uses, I don't know if there's a good one here, this uses photographic art, and again you can see there's a lot of detail on those pictures. It all comes through. It's just like you were printing a black and white photograph. Lots of detail, text, lovely and clear, no problems, full colour cover. Again, any problems are down to how I set it up and how I sent it to them. This is my latest book. Obviously I've got more experience now, so the cover's laid out better. But an interesting thing to note, when I went to set this book up on Lulu, they changed the available book sizes. So this original one, which was 6 by 9 inches, this one behind, and my Dwarven Vengeance one, both 6x9. They don't seem to do that anymore. There's this slightly smaller size for some reason, which is more sort of digesty. Full colour cover, yet again, soft paperback, beautiful, crisp, printing. You know, everything is easy to read. The font size is down to me, so you could have a bigger text, smaller text, whatever you want. That worked really well. That come out looking especially good. And this was, I think this was the first one I bought from Lulu. Obviously it's much bigger, and I think it's one of the early versions of the Osric RPG. And again, much bigger, sort of A4 in size, much thicker. You can see there's a lot of pages in there. And again, the different grades of grey on the pages have come out perfect. All the text is crisp and clear. The artwork is questionable, of quality-wise. Even some classic pieces of art included in here, but the printing of it is absolutely spot on. Hundreds of pages of spells. How could you want for more? I suppose you could want less spells, actually. There you go, 2-column layout in a large full colour cover, a massive, great thick book that makes you feel like you got your money's worth with this. I don't think they made any money on this, based on the price you paid, but I think they're actually printing the Osric book now in a smaller format. At least that's what I've heard. Anyway, so those are the books that I've had printed so far at lulu.com, and as you can see, they are all splendid. I've had this Osric one for must be 4 years now, I think, and I've had no problems with any of the binding on any of them. I mean, it's still hanging together perfectly well. Yeah, there you go, lulu.com.